Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the entrance of the Oklahoma State University Spring and Summer 2019 degree candidates from the College of Arts and Sciences. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the entrance of the platform party.
Please join me in thanking the OSU Pipes and Drums, led by Pipe Major William Teetrey. They are sporting the OSU registered tartan plaid, so they look great. Thank you. I'm Bern Sargis, president of Oklahoma State University. That's a first. And I would like to welcome you to OSU's 139th commencement ceremony. Please remain standing for just a bit more and join in the singing of our national anthem, to be led by Claire Nelson, a music education major, and accompanied by the OSU Brass Quintet, followed by our state song.
say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Come on with the wind comes sweeping down the plain, and the waving beacons sweeping the comes right behind the rain. Oh, every night, my honey lamb and I sit alone and talk and watch a hawk making lazy circles in the sky. You know we belong to the land, and the land we belong to is grand. When we say, aye, we're only saying you're doing fine, Oklahoma, Oklahoma, O-K-L-A-H-O-M-A, Oklahoma.
Stay. Please be seated. Thank you very much, Claire. Beautifully done. I would like to recognize members of the OSU Emeriti Association who greeted you with the programs today. The Emeriti Association are made up of retired faculty that are still serving OSU. Let's thank them now. It is also my distinct pleasure to introduce the members of the OSU Board of Regents who are with us today, and I invite them to stand as I call their names, and we'll applaud them as a group. First, our chair from Stillwater, Calvin Anthony. From Guthrie, Rick Davis. From Elk City, Joe Hall. From Stillwater, Lou Watkins. And our CEO of our board, Jason Ramsey. Thank you. And I'd also like to introduce members of the OSU administration, and we'll applaud them as a group. First, the Senior Vice President and General Counsel, Gary Clark. The Vice President of Student Affairs, Doug Hollenbach. The Vice President of Institutional Diversity, Jason Kirksey. The Vice President for Research, Kenneth Sewell. The Provost and Vice President and Academic Affairs at OSU Tulsa, Pam Fry. The Dean of the Honors College, Keith Garbett. And the Dean of Libraries, Sheila Grant Johnson. Thank you all for being with us today. I'd now like to ask our board chair, Calvin Anthony, to bring greetings to our degree candidates, followed by greetings from our faculty council chair, Dr. Udaya De Silva, and the immediate past president of the Student Government Association, Chase Blevins. Chairman Anthony.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Ogle, candidates for degrees, and guests. On behalf of the OSU A&M Board of Regents, I bring greetings to all of you and congratulations to the OSU class of 2019. Yeah. We are excited to celebrate and share this great day. It's such a pleasure to have the opportunity to hear from Mr. Kelly Ogle, who's the news anchor at KWTV Channel 9 in Oklahoma City, and a distinguished OSU graduate. Mr. Ogle, thank you for being here. We appreciate it, and we look forward to hearing your comments. For many of us, our time at OSU has played a critical role in the development of successful careers or lives well lived. Many other factors will determine how you serve, work, and live, but on this occasion, we recognize just how important OSU is to all of us. To President Hargis, the administration, the faculty, and the staff, students, and all who make OSU special, the Board of Regents says thank you for a job well done. Graduates, we celebrate your decision to attend Oklahoma State University, and we salute you for reaching this major goal. We also thank those whose unconditional support has helped you get there. To the parents, the family members, the friends, and the dedicated faculty and staff who have provided support to you as graduates, thank you for all you have done to make today possible. The great English statesman, Sir Winston Churchill, was asked once by someone what the difference was between a pessimist and an optimist. The question he answered was, well, a pessimist is someone who sees difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist is someone who sees an opportunity in every difficulty. And my hope for you as graduates is that you embody that optimistic attitude, use it to enrich your lives and the lives of those around you. Again, on behalf of the Board of Regents, thank you, greetings, and congratulations, and go Cowboys!
Good evening. On behalf of faculty at Oklahoma State University, it's my great pleasure to welcome family, friends, and guests who are here today. Graduates, in a few short minutes, you will join a select group of only about 7% of world's population and about 1/3 Americans who had earned a college degree. Congratulations, job well done. As I said personal goodbyes to many of you over the last few days, I reminisce meeting some of you as tentative 18-year-olds, and we watched with almost parental pride as you developed into assertive, confident young men and women. As your professors, let me just say that we are very proud of what you and your generation has become. You are engaged, you care, and you embrace change. Parents, somewhere along the way, you have done something good. Graduates, thank you for letting us be at least a small part of that journey. As you embark on your next adventure, whatever that may be, take time to get to know people around you. Work hard and work smart. Remember the people who helped you to get thus far and pay it forward. And finally, stay in touch, visit whenever you can, call your mother tomorrow, and often. Go forth, make a difference, and make us proud. Go Pokes.
Good evening. My name is Chase Blevins, and I have had the great honor of serving as the student body president this past year. This is my last official duty as president, and I am so grateful for the opportunity to have met so many of you and to hold this office where I was able to serve as your voice on and off campus. Ever since I found out I was giving this speech, I've had two reoccurring nightmares. The first, I would trip on my way to and from the podium, and so far, I've made it safely. The second is I couldn't get my hands to do Go Pokes, and we all know how important that is when giving a speech on this campus. As I've reflected on my time here at OSU, I keep thinking about how I once heard life compared to a cross-country road trip, and how the things we've learned through our collegiate career have prepared us for this trip. Because sometimes you're driving down the wide open road with the sun shining, and other times it's like you're driving through rush hour traffic and you feel like you are not getting anywhere. But if you put time and effort into preparing for this trip, you don't have to take detours, you're able to stay the course, and before you know it, you've reached the wide open road again. We're just beginning life, and our time at OSU has given us the resources to make it through any traffic jams life puts in our way. Speaking of time at OSU, can you guys believe it's already coming to an end? I can't. It seems like just yesterday we were freshmen moving away from home for the very first time, not knowing what our time here at OSU would hold, but excited to experience it all. I think we all know it hasn't always been easy, but being here today with this sense of pride for what we've accomplished, I think we can all agree it was absolutely worth it. We've learned a lot of different things during our time here at OSU, like always carrying an umbrella and jacket, because you never know what Stillwater weather is going to do in just a short hour you're in class. The emotional and physical toll a football game can have on you. How it's always appropriate to storm the field or court after an upset victory. And lastly, all the scenarios Go Pokes can be used. Whether we're excited, upset, or really just don't know what else to say, you can always throw a Go Pokes in there. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do now that it's not appropriate to use it in every situation. On a more serious note, we've been given so much by the people sitting in this arena, whether it's the administration, faculty and staff, friends, or family. Every single person here has contributed to our success in some form. They've given us the knowledge, resources, and support we need to take on life. So let's give them a round of applause. In closing, I want to thank my family and friends for being a constant support system, my fellow Cowboys for allowing me this opportunity, the OSU administration, faculty, and staff, and Officer Queen for working tirelessly every day to make Oklahoma State University a better place for all. Oklahoma State University has given us everything we need to succeed wherever we are in our journey and has prepared us for this day, where we start this road trip called life and become official OSU alumni. I wish you all the best and know that our class, the Oklahoma State University class of 2019, will make a huge impact on this world. Thank you, and go Pokes.
Thank you for those words of wisdom. We appreciate it very much. I would like to recognize Dr. Mindy McCann, who is the Faculty Council Vice Chair who served as the university's flag marshal today. Thank you, Mindy. We now move to an important part of our program. That's the introduction of our keynote speaker. We are absolutely delighted to have with us Kelly Ogle. Kelly Ogle is most likely a very familiar face to many of you, as he currently, for many years, has served as the news anchor of News 9 television in Oklahoma City. Kelly received his bachelor's degree from Oklahoma State in journalism and a minor in political science. He's had a distinguished career in journalism, which is evidenced by his receiving the Edward R. Murrow Award for his coverage of the Oklahoma tornadoes. Kelly has also been recognized by the National Academy of Television Journalists with their Best Anchor Award. He has served as the anchor for News 9 coverage of the Oklahoma bombing trial of Terry Nichols, and for which the station received many awards and accolades. Kelly also has been recognized by the Oklahoma Journalism Hall of Fame, of which he is a member. He comes about this somewhat naturally. His dad, Jack Ogle, was one of the leading journalists of all time, and all his brothers are also in the news business. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back alum Kelly Ogle.
Thank you, Burns. Burns, thank you for that introduction. Good evening. Welcome, parents and family members, friends, faculty, thank you all. And to the class of 2019, way to go, congratulations. Come on. That was actually just a test for you, because if my speech drags at any point, I'm going to throw that out there and you guys are going to kick energy into the room, all right? I think we're going to be okay, though, Burns. Can I give this to you, Burns? We're going to be okay. I'm only planning on about 45 minutes here, so Oh, no, I'm kidding, of course. In fact, I once heard that a good speaker is done in 20 minutes, whether he knows it or not. So I figure I've got about 15 minutes. In fact, when Burns called me several weeks ago and asked me if I would speak at commencement, without hesitation, I said, "Who is this?" And once Burns convinced me it wasn't one of my idiot friends, which it could have been, I thought, what would I say? You know, it's not often that a guy with a 3.5 grade point average gets invited to speak at commencement. And he didn't this year either. Burns boldly went out of the box and picked the guy with a 2.5 grade point average. I mean, that's the guy who sees the big picture there. Way to go, Burns. By the way, I was hoping that he might give me an honorary doctorate or something. See, my wife is here somewhere. I'm not sure where she is. She graduated from the College of Education in 3.5 years with a basket full of awards and honors. She should be giving this address tonight, not me. So I was kind of hoping that Burns was going to bestow upon me an honorary doctorate or something so I could justify squeezing 4 years of college into 6 years. I was also happy to get one of these velvet puffy hats so I could look like Shakespeare up here imparting wisdom to you guys. Didn't happen either, but the gown is fabulous. Is the gown not great? I mean, compared to yours, I mean, really. It looks like the one I got at my last colonoscopy. You have a lot to learn about colonoscopies, trust me. Now, I graduated back in 1985. Yeah. Really? Back when Kerr Drummond was still considered pretty dang swanky. And back when it was okay to say pretty dang swanky as well. Gallagher Iba was just Gallagher back then, and it was about half this size. And the campus has just flourished since I was here. And wow, a whole lot of that credit goes to Burns and the first cowgirl, and they're incredible. We appreciate them so much. I mentioned that I married a cowgirl. We have 4 kids. All of them were thoroughly brainwashed to love OSU. They've been coming to walk around since they were big enough to do it in a stroller. So we really pushed it on them. We also named all 4 of our kids after Oklahoma towns. When my coworkers at Channel 9 found out that I was doing that, they of course decided they would help. Gary England recommended the name Loco. Loco's down in southern Oklahoma. Jennifer Reynolds was really pushing the name Oologah because it worked so well with Ogle. We didn't go with either one of those. We had a son first. His name is Chandler. You guys know where Chandler is on the Turner Turnpike between Tulsa and Oklahoma City. My son Chandler now works for Dell Computers. Our second child was a daughter. We named her Sayer. You know where Sayer is, right? A lone voice in the wilderness. My daughter Sayer graduated 2 years ago from Oklahoma State University and promptly moved to Disney College in Orlando. Our third child was a daughter, and we named her Merritt. Come on, anyone know where Merritt is? Oh, really? That's pretty impressive. Merritt is kind of, let's call it a suburb of Elk City, yeah? Suburb of Elk City. Merritt graduated from Oklahoma State last year and promptly moved to Disney College in Orlando. Well, after we had 3, we had Chandler, Sayer, and Merritt. I was up in Denver covering the Timothy McVeigh trial, and my wife calls me and says, "Get out your map." So we had a little bit of a dilemma with number 4. We had a name for a boy, but we didn't find out the gender of our babies until they're born. Does anyone do that anymore? I don't know. It's the same person on all of these. Woo! Just got back from Murphy's. So anyway, we had a name for a boy, but not a name for a little girl. And I was speaking at Falls Creek, and I told them this story. I said, you know, we need a town name for a little girl. And after I got done, a bunch of the kids were lined up waiting to talk to me. And toward the end of the line, a little girl came up to me, and she looked up to me, and she said, Mr. Ogle, you don't want to name a little girl after my hometown. I said, well, where are you from? And she said, Hooker. We didn't go with that. So our number 4's name is Avery. Anyone know where Avery is? Woo! No, really. Anyone know where Avery is? Well, Avery's sitting with her mom somewhere here in the arena. But Avery, the town, is kind of a ghost town near Cushing. Avery will graduate from Oklahoma State next year, and I assume promptly move to Disney College in Orlando. You know what? If she does, I'll be all right with it, because as I get a little bit older, I realize that life is an adventure. It is not a race. It is not a race. It's an adventure. Now, I'm not going to stand up here and tell you guys how to live your lives, because I'm still trying to figure that out myself. But after a 35-year career in broadcasting, I thought I might have some tips for you that could help you out as you guys try to launch your careers. Some things that I've experienced. Many of you have jobs waiting for you when you graduate. When you're out of here tonight, you have a job and you have your career kind of mapped out. Power to you. I think that's awesome. Some of you don't know for sure what you're going to be doing, and that's where I was when I graduated. I knew what I wanted to do after graduation, but I hadn't really taken advantage of the opportunities to perhaps intern somewhere, something like that. Apparently they had that conversation while I was at Coney Island playing asteroids. So I missed out on that. And so here I am, I graduate, I have a degree in journalism. I have a father who's pretty famous actually in the news broadcasting business, and I'm applying for restaurant jobs. I love the restaurant business. I was a waiter. I waited for several restaurants, and then, you know, I was pretty good at it, pretty smart. Right up here, right? I'm 2.5, come on. We had this beautiful hostess that worked at one of the restaurants, and I would tip her extra not to put children in my section. And that worked pretty well. In fact, I married her a couple of years later, and I've had children in my section ever since. I can't get rid of them. I wanted to be a newsman like my father. That's what I wanted to do. So here's my first career tip for you. You are an OSU alum now, or will be in a few minutes. Other alums will bend over backwards to help you. Other OSU alums want to help you, okay? You know, when we moved to Stillwater, we put down roots here for 4, 5, 6 years. And this is the place we love. This is the town that we love. This is different. It's a different feel up here. You guys are a lot closer than classes on a lot of college campuses. And, you know, I consider Stillwater a second home, and a lot of alums do. So we are devoted to this place, and we are devoted to you and want to help you out any way we can. So when I was unsure how to launch my broadcasting career, I contacted an OSU alum that I knew was working at a really good radio news station in Oklahoma City. And I said, do you guys have any openings? Well, the next day, the news director called me. She must have talked me up unduly, I'm telling you, because the next day the news director called me up and said, I have an overnight shift that you can have. It's 10 at night to 5 in the morning. You'll be doing headlines every hour, and then you can go out and cover spot news during the night. So I was going to be on the air, and listen to this. That's not even the best part. The best part is it paid $12 grand a year. You don't know what grand is, obviously. That's $12,000. You guys are thinking, well, that was a lot in '85. No, it wasn't, trust me. But it was a good opportunity, so I started on the overnight shift. The blood and guts beat is what I called it. I would do headlines at the top of the hour. And then if there was breaking news, I'd get my little news car, run out and do it live from my car radio on air, breaking the news to the 8 people listening to us at 3 in the morning. But it was an incredible experience, and I learned so much at WKY Radio. So grateful for the great people who worked there. After a year, they promoted me to the morning drive anchor. And you know, I look back, and through the years, so many alums have helped me advance my career, and I've tried to do likewise. So lean on your OSU family. Tip number 1, lean on your OSU family, and when you get the chance, take care of the family. It kind of sounds like a mob thing, doesn't it? Take care of the family. Remember that. That's the only thing you'll remember from this. After 3 years in radio, I decided I was ready for television, but apparently I was the only one who thought I was ready for television. I sent tapes out across the country, not a single nibble, because I didn't have any TV experience. Well, back then, Channel 25 in Oklahoma City was different. They were in sitcoms, old sitcoms in the afternoon, and then they had a news guy read headlines, and then they'd go back to the Green Acres or whatever it was. I applied and got that job part-time. It wasn't TV reporting, but it was TV. So I got to be in front of the camera, but it was TV on a shoestring budget. Trust me, the studio was small, dark. The camera had no camera operator. It was just locked into position. It was a tiny little anchor desk, and background, the set was tiny. But I remember one day I did this great headline set during the Beverly Hillbillies. Perhaps you saw it. And I felt good about it. The phone started ringing across the room. I went over and answered it in my radio and television voice. News Touch 25, Kelly Ogle. And I could tell on the other end it was a teenager who had been watching Beverly Hillbillies, because he said, "Hey, dude, your tube fell off." I said, "What?" And he said, "Your tube fell off." I started looking around the studio, and I looked up behind the anchor desk, and where it said News Touch 25 was now just a 5 with a piece of duct tape. Indeed, my tube fell off. But what's kind of cool about that is in Oklahoma City in my broadcasting career, I've worked at Channel 25, Channel 13, Channel 4, Channel 9, and for 60 seconds, Channel 5. I don't know if anyone else can claim that. You know, my career has been marked by kind of the strategy of trying to get your foot in the door. You know, let me just encourage you, if you see a career or job that you're not in and you want to be in it, get your foot in the door. Whether it's a lateral step, apparently to everyone else, or even a step backwards, get your foot in the door and let them see what you're all about. That was my first step into TV. Second foot I got into TV was at OETA, public TV. That wasn't even on the radar for me, but they had a job for a new reporter that they were hiring. They hired me even though I'd had no television reporting experience. They were wonderful to me there. They gave me a job called On the Oklahoma Road. Me and a photographer traveled the state looking for stories that were of interest to us. And the best part of that was I got to see the entire state, every corner of it in that year. We were on the road all the time. So it turned out to be a great deal. And then tragically, I turned to the dark side. And I went to Channel 4. There are 2 imposters who are still there claiming to be my brothers. You know, actually, I'm proud of them. Someone said, "What's it like to have your 2 brothers anchoring at the NBC station and then you at the CBS station?" And I said, "Well, I think that makes it about even, don't you?" We get along a lot better than we used to, I'm telling you that. We fought like cats and dogs when we were young, but my mom had a very strict rule about our fighting: no blood on the carpet. She loved us dearly. So after my stint on the dark side, I went to Channel 9. 1990, they called me and offered me a job. And they had a new anchor job opening with a general assignment reporter. And I remember during that interview process, I arrogantly told the general manager, "I'm going to be someone's main anchor in 5 years." and I thought he was going to spit his coffee out at me. I had no anchoring experience, but I knew if I wanted to do it, I had to make that job the job I wanted. And that's my third tip to you guys. A lot of times you can take the job you're in and make it the job you want. I knew if I wanted to be the main anchor, I had to anchor a lot more and develop some skills, and I also had to win credibility over with the viewers. So I started doing some investigative reporting, won a couple of awards, and then I started doing a series weekly called You Paid For It that chronicled wasteful state spending of our tax dollars, and it was very popular. 1995 comes along, and our main anchor takes a job in another city, and they made me the main anchor at News 9, 4 years and 8 months after I'd started there. That is a fluke, let me tell you. No. But it was different. I wasn't just doing the 6 and 10. I was doing the 4, 5, 6, and 10. 2.5 hours a day of Kelly Ogle every weekday on TV. Unprecedented, except they were the only ones getting more FaceTime in Oklahoma City on TV was the Mathis brothers. And they were paying for theirs, so yeah. So I love my job at Channel 9. I continue to try to tweak it and make it what I like. You know, I talked about how much I loved breaking news and radio. I loved it as a reporter as well, but I can't do it in the studio. So I thought, how can I do it in the studio? And I had the engineers build me a little console with a couple of monitors on it, 2 little scanners. You guys can't see it because it's behind the anchor desk, and it sits right down here. I can scan our Oklahoma City emergency channels, statewide emergency stuff. I've got an earpiece on this side, earpiece on this side. Sometimes I'm just brain dead. If you catch me on camera going like this, it's because I'm listening to the scanner and something big's happening, all right? Just trust me, I'm really not that big of a dupe. Well, maybe I am. But anyway, it's a little box, and I call it the Anchor Command Module. It's all about branding, isn't it? It is a dual pole, 1,000,000 watt, no, that's David's radar. I'm not going to steal that, but I'm going to come up with some sort of branding like that to really convince people. I also do a little segment called My 2 Cents. It's a commentary I do 2 or 3 times a week. And the way I customize that to make it my own is I said, you know what, we got to have viewer comment on this. So one night a week, maybe 2 nights a week sometimes, we go through the email. And I'll tell you, when I knew that was going to work, it was about 17 years ago. The first week we did it, we did viewer comments, and I ended with one from a guy named Bill. And Bill wrote, Kelly, you had on more makeup tonight than my wife has ever worn. And I said, Bill, I don't know which one of us should be more insulted by that. So make the job that you have the one that you wanted. You can find ways to do it. And lean on your OSU family. Get your foot in the door. You know, my second senior year here, not the third, second senior year, my best friend, who shall remain nameless, Blaine Hale, bet me $100 I would never graduate. He never paid off on that, but I talked to him this week and I asked him, what would you have said if I would have told you back then that I was going to speak at Commencement someday? And he said, I would have bet you $1 million on that. But the fact that I am up here today is proof that anything is possible. Anything. So class of 2019, now is the time for you to go out and live your adventure. Congratulations and good luck.
That was awesome. And I got to get one of those Garth Brooks mic deals that you go around. They're pretty cool. Yeah. Well, we are proud to recognize the accomplishments of the graduating seniors today who are receiving their respective honors college degrees. OSU confers honorhood on these students to recognize their outstanding accomplishments. The students receiving the honors college degrees are denoted in the program, and I ask that all the honors students please please stand up and be recognized along with Dr. Keith Garbett, the Dean of our Honors College. In recognition of outstanding scholastic achievement, that is the top 10% of the graduates, the newest members of OSU's chapter of Phi Kappa Phi are wearing the Phi Kappa Phi cords to denote this distinction. Would the Phi Kappa Phi students please stand? Another significant recognition we would like to make is to the members of Phi Beta Kappa. Phi Beta Kappa is the nation's oldest and most widely known academic honor society. It is the leading advocate of excellence in liberal arts and sciences. Only 10% of the universities in America have Phi Beta Kappa chapters. I'd like to ask now the Phi Beta Kappa chapter members to please stand. Thank you. Among the graduates today, we are privileged to have individuals who have spent long hours training in our Reserve Officer training programs. These individuals represent the future of the United States military. They will be commissioned as second lieutenants in the Army or the Navy. For this ceremony, will the newly commissioned second lieutenants please stand and be recognized? Thank you for your service. Before we present the candidates for degrees, I would like to ask you to join me in recognizing a very special group of people without whose efforts this graduation would not be possible. Would the faculty of Oklahoma State please stand up? We thank each of you for your guidance and wisdom that you've provided to these students, and I know they will go and exponentially increase the scholarship that you've shared with them. There is one additional group I'd like to recognize, and it's very appropriate we honor today. Would the mothers in the building please stand and let us recognize you? If you're not able to be with your mother this weekend, call her. Don't text her, call her. As you know, during this evening, we're recognizing the candidates from the College of Arts and Sciences. Before we begin the recognition of the degree candidates, I have a couple of special presentations. I asked Dr. Jeanette Mendez, the interim dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, to please come forward.
The College of Arts and Sciences lost several seniors this year to medical conditions and car accidents, so it's with great sadness we recognize our first graduates of the day. Their untimely passing left a void in the lives of their family, friends, and the OSU community. Their family and friends join us here today in celebrating their lives and OSU accomplishments. The College of Arts and Sciences confers the Bachelor of Science degree in Sociology on the late Janelle Coomber. Janelle was a member of Alpha Chi Omega and a Diamond Doll. She was a strong advocate for children with medical struggles and believed a smile on her face and a bit of glitter helped her through her own. With us today to accept this degree is Janelle's father, Warren Coomber of McKinney, Texas. Janelle's mother and extended family are also with us in the arena today. Our hearts go out to you in your time of sorrow. Please accept this recognition of Janelle's work here at Oklahoma State University. The College of Arts and Sciences confers the Bachelor of Arts degree in Sports Media on the late Andrew Furley. Drew was a rising young media professional who honed his camera video skills during an internship with the Dallas City News Network. His friends often referred to him as Johnny Golden Pipes Bananas because he had such a silky smooth voice on air. With us today, accepting this degree, is Drew's mother, Susan Furley of Allen, Texas. Drew's father and sister also join us in the audience today. Our hearts go out to you for your great loss. Please accept this recognition of Drew's work while here at Oklahoma State University. It touches us deeply for these parents to represent their children in today's ceremony. Thank you for sharing Janelle and Drew with Oklahoma State University.
Thank you, Jeanette. I want to advise that we have professional photographers taking pictures of each candidate during the ceremonies. We respectfully remind you not to come to the arena floor, please. Please remember that the last candidate across the stage is just as important as the first. Members of our Board of Regents will join me in congratulating the students this evening and the deans as the deans assist with their college. Students, we ask that once you have completed your graduation walk, please return to your seat and remain there until the end of the ceremony. To commemorate your participation in the ceremony today, each of you will receive a beautiful print, a watercolor painting of the Edmund Lowe Library Tower done by OSU Professor of Architecture, Mo Babasi. Each college selected an outstanding representative student to lead their college processional and to be on stage with their dean. The students and their respective deans will be introduced as we begin the traditional graduation walk. I now introduce the Interim Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, Jeanette Mendez. She will be congratulating the candidates assisted by Dr. Kristen Baum. The college's gonfalon was carried by Sarah Oliver. Sarah's from Ardmore, Oklahoma. She is a candidate for a bachelor's degree in biochemistry and pre-law. Let the graduation walk begin.
Elias Castillo.
Chase Blevins.
Alex Gouger.
Claire Nelson.
Samantha L. Larson.
Emily Ann Sabetti.
Bailey Stein.
Thomas O'Neill Whittington.
Kate Sander.
Shelby C. Stroud.
Matthew France.
Madison Fairchild.
Breon Victoria Grothy.
Sydney Joe Anderson.
Maria Ani Vasquez Sanchez.
Nicole Sherry Johnson.
Martha S. Walter.
Ashley Baker.
Sydney Christine McMurtry.
Ian Mertis.
Madison Rain Helms.
Noah Henry Meninga.
Tara Nicole Christopher.
Matthew Roy Heron.
Mackenzie Joe Freeland.
Nicholas James Losos.
Summer Ann Stoltz.
Andrew James Myler.
Olivia Taylor Opperman.
Chaz Ryan Robinson.
Rachel Marlena Stark.
Tori W. Huff.
Madeline Ann Bostick.
Dania Joe Brewer.
Annalisa Chavez.
Ellie Joanne Seaton.
Crystal Dayana Acuna.
Crystal Renee Huffaker.
Ornila Vera Cohn.
Ella Marie Balaje.
Haley B. Johnston.
Emily T. Schwarzkopf.
Brianne Nicole Barfield.
Jessica Everett.
Marcel Crawford.
Lisa C. Lee.
Autumn Laureen Lambert.
Crystal Madison James.
Catherine Diane Billings.
Caitlin Ann Turner.
Rosalie L. Doman.
Rafu Ali.
Melanie L. Fertrell.
Matthew Thomas Rochowski.
Kaylee Wees.
Mary Caroline Grado.
Chance Ryan Matheson.
Hannah Floor Wine-Miller.
Hannah Lee Scott.
Samantha Grace Anderson.
Paige L. Peterson.
Allison Marie Smith.
Laura Lynn Stevenson.
Mary Kate Morrissey.
Roger W. Stephen.
Madeline Rebecca Miller.
Timothy Burchard.
Corey Kirtley.
Clara Dawn Wegner.
Bailey Addison Miller.
Brian Jeffrey Burling.
Caroline N. Sanders.
Mackenzie Ann Talbot.
Zachariah David Fisher.
Melanie Renee Sokolowski.
Callie Moppin.
Adam Hernandez.
Sheridan Mackenzie Jones.
Tanner Wyatt Keenan.
Emma Grace Moroni.
Lorraine Eunice Bilbao Villaran.
Francesca D. Alexander.
Danielle Carson.
Erica K. Watkins.
Alexandra Nicole Cantrell.
Cambry Nicole Gallardo.
Morgan L. Kidder.
Jasmine House.
Tara Sepulveda.
Yasutaka Ekuta.
Miguel Ibarra.
Tanner D. Onstein.
Jamie Wright.
Cody Wayne Wallace.
Alex Benjamin Nivens.
Jake Golden.
John L. Holy.
Emily Ann Ella Fritz.
Tyler David Wiederhoft.
Reagan Chambers.
Daniel Kelly Norman.
Dylan M. Dyer.
Kira Bruce.
Rebecca Mohajirin.
Colton McCray Rango.
Katharina Williams.
Madeline Sage McLaren.
Caitlin Marie Edmondson.
Shannon Elizabeth Lane.
Nicholas John Korf.
Madison Nicole Mackarts.
Michael David Cox.
Paige Elise Taylor.
Hayden Lane Jackson.
Kayla McCree Kiefer.
Mark Samuel Siminski.
Sirach Gepper Pradam.
Kevin Howell.
Caleb Blair Jones.
Harrison David Pierce.
Jeremy Montague.
Mitchell Brown Williams.
Austin K. Sinsintifer.
Madeline G. Swieger.
Dylan Sears.
Caitlin Michelle Bonola.
Rachel Rose Strasburger.
Yatfei Lee.
Mallory Shea Baker.
Qing Zhang.
Lindsay Duncan.
Zhu Jiming.
Kennedy S. Miller.
Funda Ko.
Seth T. Clark.
Megan Michelle Mitchell.
Dakota Cassidy Patudo.
Tabitha Laura Taylor.
Matthew Giuliono.
Joshua David Cooch.
Tasneem Hamid Al-Busaidi.
Angela Heron.
Joseph Tomko.
Anna Grace Layton.
Austin Paul.
Jacob Stevens Mankin.
Jessica Jones.
Mitchell H. Moreland.
Thomas Gregory Fleming.
Douglas Matthew Thompson.
Alexa Peterson.
Ryan Joseph Charles.
Nicholas Boyne.
Addison Claire Skaggs.
Andrew Doyle.
Anissa Amaris Mapp.
Paige O'Neill.
Mackenzie Lynn Swiden.
Angel Marie Sargent.
Emily Ann Bjorklund.
Quinsuela Renice Braden.
Waylon Jamal Anderson.
Jordan Nicole Alivato.
Timothy Harris Jr.
Catherine Ray Henry.
Seth Wyatt Denton.
Haley Best.
Natasha Richards.
Racine Deanne Swick.
Stephanie Rojo.
Samuel William Brander.
Melissa Nicole Pena.
Timothy Joseph Neary.
Michael Connor August.
Taylor Cano.
Mackenzie Grace Teresa Kimmons.
James Keaton Klepper.
Brittany Marie Stowers.
Cassidy Taylor Ford.
Taylor Renee Walton.
Mackenzie Lynn Hull.
Lindsay M. Hancock.
Joseph McCreary.
Michael Francis Goldbeck.
Courtney Ann Kenny.
Catherine Elizabeth Miller.
Braden John Foster.
Jordan E. Moore.
Briannon Till Crow.
Kylie Elizabeth Haggerden.
Leslie Darla Flores.
Addie Josephine Evans.
Abby Jean Gray.
Mackenzie Taylor Walker.
Monica Lynn Shipman.
Mason Kiesling.
Kelly Michelle Rogers.
Kara Newton.
Parker Alexander Dunn.
Kana Williams.
Madeline Rebecca Stanfield.
Shelby C. Marks.
Alexandria Lee Wheeler.
Dalton L. Hilton.
Abby Marie Long.
China Jasmine Pearson.
Allison Gallagher.
Devin Miranda Evans.
Stephanie Sanders.
Colleen Kiefer Mayer.
Elisa Kramer.
Molly Margaret Ross.
Chase Haas.
Samuel Rux.
Zachary Timothy Kensinger.
Emily Amanda Hughes.
Justin Masoner.
Haley Ann Jade Ford.
Anna M. Hoff.
Thomas Wellington Neely.
Bridget Ann Flynn.
Charles William Sirocco.
Wendy Isabel Miller.
Brianna Lynn Barnett.
Zachary Rice.
Hannah Westerbeck.
Susan Cooper.
Jolisa J. Slayton.
Carson Hogstad.
Alexis Simone Harris.
Dylan M. Morton.
Victoria Ribeiro.
Cheyenne Needy.
Emoni Benna Blewett.
Michael Dakota Mullen.
Natalie H. E. Hagel. Excuse me.
Caitlin H. Clark.
Teresa A. Denker.
Jacob Kizer Jones.
Emilio Isaiah De Hoyos.
Rebecca Louise Hadley.
Nicole Don Heon.
Logan Peng.
Michael James Anderson.
Cassidy Elizabeth Morton.
Hunter Michael Matson.
Antonio Joe Loper.
Tristan Cade Gefeller.
Zachary D. Longfield.
Samuel Richard Wood.
Sarah Jean Haney.
Ahmed Tashfin.
Carson Eris Frolick.
Morgan Page Johnston.
Gregory Todd Walker.
Guadalupe Pedro James.
Caroline Pera.
William Cole Weigard.
Benjamin Wilson Dybert.
Jacqueline Whedon.
Colby James Reed.
Okay. Zachary R. Farrell.
Jordan Nicole Patterson.
Brady Alexander Friend.
Elizabeth Grace Kalenitz.
Isabella Renee Peroni.
Nolan Malloy.
Kinsey Smaltz.
Drew Williams.
Madison Elledge.
Tate Waller.
Zoe Haddad.
Cameron Taylor Gavlik.
Madison Boone.
Brooke Jeanette Gregory.
Shelby Marie Fogler.
Rachel Lauren Martin.
Hannah Taylor.
Summer Brooke Megley.
Landon Wolf.
Thomas Cox.
Allison Smith.
Austin Wilkes.
Olivia Scott.
Audrey Curtis.
Dustin Ray Cochran.
Jewel McKnight.
Emily Dawn Fry.
John Stephen Bailey II.
Gregory D. Balcherik.
Caleb Roth Fitzgerald.
Cooper J. Moreland.
Harrison Duke Langston.
Micah Daniel K.
Charlie Rogers.
Carson Cole.
Hannah Payawati.
Ian M. Howard.
Anna Sokolowski.
Warren M. Siner.
Stormy Cameron Fuller.
Brett M. Wood.
Kiana Varner.
Pilso Park.
Paige Elise Stevens.
Cooper Landry Ward.
Megan Walsh.
Marissa Dodson.
Alyssa Torres.
Caroline Bateman.
Mariah Grace Tennell.
Daniel McKay.
Dustin Givens.
Zachary Davis Hake.
Michelle Marie McIntosh.
Jacob Derschweiler.
Maria Escobar.
Matthew Agustin Villarreal.
Ashley Dawn Huff.
Brady Nelson Moore.
Addison Elaine Franklin.
Matthew David McLean.
Alexa Waller.
Kaylee Dodd.
Braden Mitchell.
Eamon Lewis Kerr.
Risa Ross.
Dylan Rain Tippett.
Taylor Friedman.
Neon Doan.
Bethany Marie Stewart.
Crystal Nicole Cooper.
Kirsten Brooke Humphrey.
Benjamin Hook.
Emma Holbrook.
Ryan Michael Darcy.
Nicholas Clausen.
Wes Letcher.
Colin Stout.
Hunter Rose DeJane.
Rachel Cox.
Paige Kemper.
Tommy Chow.
Ashley K. Trammell.
Francisco Javier Lopez III.
Emily Faye Thielen.
Sarah Svetlana Shelton.
Dakota Ernest Thielen.
Avery Charles Nichols.
Sonia Chalele.
Aaron Miller.
Caitlin Renice Wood.
Morgan Pepper.
Isaac Olayinka Ogade.
Michael Edward McQuaid.
Jack Barnes.
Alex Witt.
Thomas Black.
Morgan Ashley McCaskey.
Rachel Alsmiller.
Abby Adair Harris.
Lindsay Terry.
Emily Nicole Womack.
Lexi Humbert.
Stephanie Lynn Carroll.
Caitlin Beth Hogan.
Joshua Keith Cox.
Ivan C. Tauheng.
Joshua E. Watson.
Brandon Eric Johnson.
Savannah Noel Moore Gocher.
Christopher Allen Reeder.
Jacob Gordon Roberts.
Kayla Nicole Day.
Cameron Davis Govan.
Isabella Rose Golden.
Dawson Wade Ewers.
Charlie Granato.
Taylor Caitlin Shatina.
Darian Patrice Maybell Rush.
Jacob Eishan.
Amanda J. Zimmerman.
Caleb Alexander.
Stevie Marie Burries.
John Tyra.
Audrey Nicole Gleason.
James T. Lewis.
Marissa Smith.
Jenna Coons.
Cheyenne Autumn Knox.
Cole Dalton Livernoise.
Lucia Rodriguez.
Morgan Elizabeth Strond.
Macy Taylor Tayafero.
Emily Cynthia Phillips. I love you, Mom and Dad.
Avery Weber.
Nicole Jones.
Sarah Stewart.
Abria Nicole Martin. Science rules.
Hannah Bayless.
Michaela Alexis Childers also loves her mom and dad.
Lindsay Stone King.
George Edward Palma.
Emily Danielle Smith.
Taylor Megan Atwood.
Blake Thresher.
Courtney Eloise Bergman.
Dylan Joseph Folks.
Shelby Elizabeth Davis.
Rachel Johnson.
Mary Jessie Griner.
Alexander James Wilkins.
Aaron Smith.
Amanda Cardinal.
Madison Martin.
Kristen Harry.
Emily Glotfelty.
William Scott Ninke.
Haley Humble.
Leslie Kate Venable.
Sarah Beth Brooks.
Lexi Elise Hennessy.
Caitlin Dudley.
Christian Taylor Stafford.
Hayden Hill Park.
Megan Coleman.
Morgan Lackey.
Lance Carter.
Amelia Woods.
Gil Repa.
Ashley Brickman.
Alexandra Lynn Blair.
Hannah Beth Stevens Allen.
Duncan Maxwell Marshall.
Ashley Wright.
Angelica Gregory.
Mindy Beals.
Brandlin Doherty.
Braylee McCoy.
Sarah C. Murphy.
Cody Sandifer.
Joseph Cameron Eaton Wash.
Kyler Sanders.
Aaron Francis.
Garrett Parker Bulger.
Elisa Hong.
Samantha Schaefer. Micro Rules.
Deja Peters.
Allison Bates. Go Micro.
Lacey Lee Gocher.
Edward Bird.
Michelle Johnson.
Logan Brooke Cox.
Rhea Kelly.
Scott Dobrensky.
Carly Glenn Arnold.
Luke Christopher Brummett.
How do you say that? Stephanie Urquidi.
Joseph Lynn Tyler.
Blake Aikman.
Isaiah Wallace.
Logan Kirk.
Ryan Yang.
Kelsey Trentlin Clausen.
Jalen McMillan.
Lindsay Michelle Trifo.
Austin Trejon Vanoy.
Alexandra Calzaretta.
Miogene Milliner.
Alexander T. Van Hooser.
Kaylee Hibshaw.
Aaron J. Stevenson.
Stephen Courtney Thomas Jr.
Ashton Budus.
Charles C. Cogburn.
Brianna Schnitzline.
Peyton Mudd.
Stacy Nicole McGrew.
Rachel Reams.
Ashton Page Sward.
Taylor Tarinen.
Carolyn Weber.
Jordan Edwards.
J. Tyler Province.
Ashley Ann Springfield.
Chelsea Joy Morgan.
Caitlin Brianna Wade.
Sabrina Lee Bailey.
Gretchen Nefsker.
Bailey Caitlin Field.
Claire Elizabeth McKenzie.
Brooklyn Sherry Sepulvedo.
Tess Julia Maxfield.
Stephanie Shorter.
Yolanda Elsa Luna.
Tate Chumley.
Magnan Kathleen McGrath.
Rachel Croma.
Mackenzie K. Bush.
Alita K. Surratt.
Madison Jean Marie Bradford.
Aubrey Drown.
Abigail Louise Evans.
Mackenzie Reuter.
Pierce Alexander Copeland.
Sydney Morrison.
Jacob Michael Dixon.
Kelsey Jimeno Zaun.
McKenna Sokolowski.
Amy Dene Delgado.
Taylor Shamlin.
Sarah Fabian.
Rachel Nicole Higgins.
Mallory Dixon.
Alexis Berry.
Catherine Volak.
Catherine Brett Schulter.
Katie Dobney.
Bryson Bowers. Madison.
Serenity. Sorry. I had to
After
work on
you.
this one. Serenity Acevedo.
Madison Green.
Richmond Boswell.
Kirsten Turner.
David H. Thomas.
Paula Jimenez.
Robert S. Porter Jr.
Emma Grace Henches.
Caroline Kathleen Graham.
Eleanor Margaret Amelia.
Paul Morgan Ross.
JC Anna Galash.
Cal Ivan Young.
Kelly Ann Norton.
Gregory Michael Wallace.
Sierra Mackenzie Danley.
Crystal Jeanette Mota.
Riley Rachel Stinson.
Kendra L. Robbins.
Lindsay Elise Wethington.
Cecilia Marie Pierce.
Haley Hagan Barham.
Cassidy Jean Alexander.
Taylor Whitney North.
Christian Blase.
Daniel Ochoa.
Haley Marie Spencer.
Amanda Fortenberry.
Catherine Rebecca Victor.
Caitlin Grace Allison Poulai.
Erin Elizabeth Williams.
Mary Elizabeth Altoon.
Michael Hunter Wood.
Christine Brooks McKinney.
Katie Ann Campbell.
Hannah Ray Miller.
Ryan Morgan.
Grace Lauren Parker.
Rachel Schaefer.
Mackenzie Sue Williams.
Dana Medlinger.
Tracy Brinkley.
Ashley Nicole Lester.
Donald Daniel Grayson Bouchereau.
Levi Jamal Miller.
Courtney K. Mason.
Brianna Michelle King.
Alondra Lisbeth Vargas.
Alexis Nicole Taylor.
Zoe Eloise Agard.
Whitney Cottrell.
Kathleen Falcon.
Haley Renee Trust.
Anne Elizabeth Walker.
Taylor C. Page.
Kamika Ann Ralston.
Jasmine Deshay Franklin.
Kirsten Jean White.
Jasmine Sharon Fain.
Tatum Diane Wallace.
Nyoka Stacy Anderson.
Alexandria Louise Lamring.
Kirsten E. Bowler.
Catherine Ann Cohen.
Hannah Mae Walsh.
Catherine Jean Grossman.
Kaylee Howell.
Audrey Elaine Swanson.
Hadley Abigail Apple.
Richard Christopher Riedel.
Christina Ann Schrantz.
Mary Catherine Monahan.
Alma Delfina Rios.
Leah Mateus Regis.
Morgan Brian Williams.
Haley Ann Waters.
Emily Marie Geetson.
Blake Michael Green.
Savannah Marie Martin.
Hannah Elizabeth Knapp.
Cale Spencer Harrison.
Kelsey Brooke Pierce.
Joseph Cole Young.
Lisa Calicote.
Dane Tristan Nielsen.
Sierra Aline Nobles.
Seth Matthew Anderson.
Melissa Bellinger.
Matthew Switzer.
Samantha Grace Rice.
Jacob Bradley Rapp.
Misty Addy.
Jacob Seaton.
Laura Suzanne McConnell.
Colin Bryce Feltman.
Ellen Ashley Pfeffer.
Ford Nelson Caldwell.
Kira Bolet.
Caitlin Tiberius Nelms.
Allison Marie Marks.
Rachel Dawn Wheat.
Caroline Deanne Smith.
Bria Michelle Bennett.
Christy June Harris.
Erica Brianna Stevens.
Jessica Reed.
Philip Payton Ludvigsen.
Jacob O'Brien Beckham.
Franklin Roland Kalika.
Joseph Clayton Petraeala.
Alexander Birch Garcia.
William Austin Andrews.
Amanda Lee Botts.
Katie Spencer.
Alexandria Kummel.
Connor Kazuya Aiken.
Gabrielle Neal.
Andy Tron Senpai.
Thomas Drake Berlin.
Tyler J. Smallwood.
Rachel Kenzie Oldham.
Moses Betru.
Morgan Leslie Osborne.
Aaron Keenan
Seiko Marie Mamada.
Aubrey Paige Dykes.
Pavwa Zong.
Mariah Ruth Ray.
Alex Brianne Christie.
Hannah Brown.
Bailey Danielle Gilbert.
Jacqueline Taylor Knight.
Jennifer Nicole Berry.
Kelsey Lune James Mua.
Winston Westbrooks.
Mulia Kyrie Brewer.
Kevin Ferrentino.
Riscott Kareem.
Hugh Thomas Burrow.
Madison Jacole Wright.
Paulina Bracker.
Thomas George Richardson.
Do Won Kim.
Simon Samuel Schwartz.
Sang Hoon Lee.
Miles McGee.
Clayton Scott Edwards.
Oscar Tapia.
Grant Lauren Sontag.
Tony Trainer.
Caitlin Pretty Rose Pipestem.
Destry Pollard.
Madeline Claire Sharp.
Nia Christiana Chase.
Casey Marie Johnson.
Anna Ray Sands.
Tess Elizabeth Decker.
Samuel Jackson Gray.
Seth Whitty.
Cully Ray Coleman.
Garrett Beckdutt.
Cassie Josephine Louise Stump.
Ariel Annette Favre.
Emma Elizabeth Shore.
Isabella Cristina Rodriguez.
Corey Beth Heim.
Bailey Ford.
Taryn Ray Valentine.
Shelby Sene.
Hannah Caitlin Edmondson.
Megan Pardue.
Taylor Ardell Watts.
Hope Edson.
Madison Nicole Young.
Chloe L. Baker.
Delton Hall.
Corey Pendergraft.
Carter Postier.
Rebecca Renee Herrera.
Taylor Kelly.
Caleb Terrell.
Hannah McLean.
Cole Hunter Verbal.
Natalie Swink.
Lindsay Nicole Phillips.
Alexandra Medien.
Tanner John DeLeon.
Sarah Winburn.
Francesca Nanette Poole.
Drayshoon Wallace.
Jordan Page Piccioni. Kevin Christopher Figueroa Linares. You done? Kalisha Rose Northcutt. This concludes recognition of the graduates from the College of Arts and Sciences Please join me in congratulating them.
Would the candidates please rise? On the recommendation of the respective faculties and deans of the colleges, and with the approval of the Board of Regents of Oklahoma State University and the Oklahoma Regents for Higher Education, it is my distinct privilege and pleasure as president of Oklahoma State University to confer upon each of you the degree for which you have been recommended and to invest you with all the rights, honors, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations, you may move your tassel to the left. I hope you know how proud we are of you and your accomplishments. We hope you'll remain true to your alma mater, wear bright orange every chance you get, and come back to campus when you can and bring money. Now, as new alumni, may the words which you're about to sing take on a special and lasting meaning for you as we join in the singing of our alma mater led by Claire Nelson. Thank you for coming to OSU's 139th commencement, the student recessional, which will be after the platform party and faculty recess. We'll be outside. Family and friends are welcome. We encourage you to join the graduates there and enjoy the rest of your evening. Students, we're proud of you. We appreciate what you've done for OSU. Now go out and change the world. Congratulations, and go Pokes!